I wanted to talk to you about our communication system to parents, which is called Tadpoles. If you haven't seen it yet, Tadpoles is a parent app and a teacher app, and the teacher can log all kinds of information and pictures and videos, and each day those are automatically emailed to parents. We can also choose to email those throughout the course of the day if that's what we would like to do. The reason we have Tadpoles, it's very important to understand that our primary reason is to use it as a tool for wrapping our arms around our families. We want our parents to understand how much love their child is getting, what kind of joy their child is experiencing, the learning activities and opportunities their child has because they're with us. We want the parents to feel really great about choosing the Children's Center for their children. We want to use it for that way to connect to parents, to connect the child to their parents so that each day their parents can see what they've done in class. We also want the parents to get to know the teachers through the communications that the teachers are sending. So when you're sending something about their child and what you did with their child, what you enjoyed about their child, or what their child enjoyed doing with you, they're getting a sense of who you are, the kinds of things that you like. They're feeling connected to you, more comfortable with you as their child's teacher. We also want to use it as a tool to make the parent feel great and give them something to smile about. So imagine that they've had a hard work day. They are just getting home with their child. They have dinner. They get done with everything for the day, and then they look at their email. They open it up and they see something amazing that their child did, or they see a big picture of their child smiling during something they did at school that day. That's going to make them feel so good. It's going to make them smile. It's going to give them an opportunity to connect with their child through that information and through that picture that you have sent to them. We also want to use it as a way to help the parents understand what their child is learning at school. So, as you're creating your entries, you're going to put information in there about the things they're doing, but also what they're learning through those activities. It's also an amazing marketing tool for the Children's Center if it's used right, because what's going to happen is the parent is going to open that picture, and at the end of the day, they're going to smile, and what do you think they're going to do when they see such a cute picture of their child? They're going to want to share it. So many times we have parents that will actually share that picture to Facebook or to some other social media, and it has the Children's Center name right on the picture. So that actually is creating marketing without the parents even meaning to do it, but it's great because they're saying, look at what my child did today at school, and then it has our name on there. So it's really great. And it can also be a marketing tool if they happen to open it while they're at work. So if they are in a place where they have a break, or they're transitioning, they're checking emails at work, and they see that picture, their coworkers around them are going to have the opportunity to also look at that picture and say, oh, look what they're doing. That looks like so much fun. And they're going to see what a great place the Children's Center is just because the parent of the child that comes here, shared that information with them at work. So those are the reasons why we have Tadpoles. Now we're going to talk about what to say through Tadpoles. So the first important part is that we get all of our basic care activities documented correctly. So we're going to want to make sure that we are correct in how we are tracking their food, what they've eaten, how much they've eaten, their napping, what time they started their nap, what time we got them up. We're going to want to track if they're potty training. We're going to want to track that, their potty training activity. We're also going to want to track all of the diapers. And for infants, we're also going to want to track not just what they had to eat, but how much. So if they're having a bottle, we're going to want to mark down how many ounces of that bottle the child was able to drink. We're going to also use it to track their learning and to share with parents what they're learning. So we're going to write down specific names of the books that we read. If it's a read aloud time, we're going to talk about not just the book and what it was about, but the children's discussion during that time. We're going to use it to share with parents which baby sign we're working on in the toddler room. And we're going to make sure that they understand where they can find evidence of that sign. We have a picture of how to do that sign each week so that they can see that when they come in as well. But then they'll remember it because they're opening their email and they're seeing it there in Tadpoles. There's also a parent app. So there's an email that goes to the parents every day, but they also have an app that they can log into and get all the information as well. We're also going to use it to share whatever study topics we're working on. So our 2.5 and up will have things that they're studying, and those themes or topics or whatever it is that we're learning about, those things are going to be explained in our Tadpoles so parents know what the children are learning, what they're working on. We're going to share any special activities and projects that we're doing. And we're always sharing positive things. We're sharing things that will make them feel good, things that will make them smile. We always share something that was special about that child's day to the parent, or something that made us think their child is just so great, because we do think their children are great. So we want to share why we think they're great in some way. When we're giving the Tadpoles information. We'll let them know what skills the child worked on as they were working through their activities for the day. You can also use Tadpoles to communicate needs that you might have. Maybe they need an extra set of clothes to keep at the center, or maybe their child is asking for a blanket. You might want to mention that. Things to not share. It's vital that we do not use Tadpoles for bad news. So if a child is misbehaving, we're not going to put that in Tadpoles. That's a different, that conversation does not happen through Tadpoles ever. Tadpoles is not for that. We're not going to say your child refused to listen in circle time, or screamed at nap time, or hit their friends. We're not putting that in Tadpoles. If there's a problem that needs to be dealt with, that communication will happen with the parent, or with the parent when they come to pick the child up, or through an incident report if it's serious enough for an incident report, or if it's serious enough, the parent will be called. So that would be the director's discretion on whether to call the parent or not. But that is not to be communicated through Tadpoles. Tadpoles is only positive things. If you need to communicate that the child's mood was out of the ordinary, that is okay through Tadpoles, but you say it in a positive way. Johnny was not himself today. He seemed very tired. We let him sleep a little extra because we were having a hard time waking him up, and he just didn't seem himself. They didn't eat very much today. Those kinds of things you can mark down. But behavioral issues, bad news kind of things, are not for Tadpoles. Let's talk about pictures. The pictures that we put on Tadpoles, I want at least 2 a day of each child. One of them can be in a group, but I want 2 pictures of each child on Tadpoles every day. This is a big way that parents can connect with their child. So you can also do videos as well. Activities you might want to do if you're out on the playground and the child is engaged in a fun activity with the group. You might want to video that for a little while, or at least get a snapshot of that, and you can tag all of the children. That's one of your pictures for every child that was in that particular picture. But you also want to get pictures of the child engaged in something a little different each day. Maybe don't always get them in the block center. If they're always playing in the block center, make a point to catch them playing in a different center and take a picture of that. You want to take a picture of things that they have built or created, any drawings that they're doing, any special art they're working on. If they're playing a dramatic play or they have a costume on, those kinds of things that can that are unique and not the same cookie cutter picture of a child every day, but them exploring and doing new things and being really happy through it. It's okay to get pictures of a couple of friends together. If they want to smile for a picture, that's fine too. As far as pictures go, don't ever send a picture of a child who is crying or sad or angry, or a video of them making sad choices. Tadpoles is not for that, and we don't want to use tadpoles in a way that would make a parent have a negative impression when they open that up. We want them to look forward to opening that up. We want them to just be excited about seeing pictures and video and reading about what the child did that day and what they experienced, and seeing them have fun, getting a little glimpse into their day that's very positive. So we want to just make sure that everything we're doing with Tadpoles is done in a way that's positive and will demonstrate us wrapping our arms around their children and wrapping our arms around them by giving them a glimpse, a connection into what their children are doing throughout the day. If you want to see examples of great Tadpole reports, I'm going to have some on this page so you can look through those. And if you have any questions about that, you can talk to your program director or you can talk to me.